Today is a great, wonderful, amazing, incredible day, and I'll tell you why. We could say Dutch Day, but not just a Dutch day, but a Dutch cultural day. Things Dutch people do that are disgusting in other countries. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's go.
Here it's almost like a public thing that you're just discussing what you do in the toilet and how you do it. And
What did he just say? Did he say something about discussing something you do in the toilet? Am I going to be disgusted? Am I going to be disgusted? Let's see. I'm sure you don't do disgusting things, do you? Let's see.
Are there any habits or things that you see Dutch people do that in your own country would be, let's say, inappropriate?
oh,
I see some Dutch people doing that after food.
it's just
Is that what you guys do? I mean, if you enjoy the food, you enjoy the food, right? If you enjoy the food, it's fine. I don't find it disgusting. You know, sometimes if you eat with your hands, you get sauce on your hands and you want to taste it. I think that's fine.
make everything like.
Yeah, it's just done, but they want just to get every penny out of it.
Maybe like, okay, when people bring like a loaf of bread with like a jar of Nutella and a jar of pindakaas. And then they like dip the knife, make their little sandwich, then lick the knife, then dip it in the other condiment. And I'm like,
You don't like that?
you don't mix your saliva in with the pot.
See, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that, actually. Yeah. If it's yours, like if you're the only one that's using those jars, like they belong to you and you're making your sandwich and it's your jar, then that's fine. Lick your knife if you want to and put it back in. It's your own germs. However, if you're doing this with a jar of jam or a jar of peanut butter and you are sharing the said jam and peanut butter with other people, that is disgusting. That is disgusting and out of order. However, but if it's your own, if it belongs to you and no one else is using it, then it's fine. To me. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comment section below.
Maybe because you're half Dutch.
The whole like leaving the shoes on in the house, it's not, I don't find it gross, but I find it really weird. It's gross.
Okay, we're gonna have to have a conversation, guys, with that one. That's a no-go in my household. You don't come in my house with your shoes on. Your shoes. You go outside, guys. Do you know what is outside? Fecal matter. Dogs piss and shit everywhere on the road. Everywhere. Animal excrement everywhere. Right? Mud. Car oil. Gravel. Leaves. Plants. Insects. All of that is not coming in my house. I'm sorry, I'm very passionate about it. All of that is not coming in my house. So you better take your shoes off when you come into my house. I don't get that. It's very American as well. The Americans leave their shoes on when they go in the house. You guys do. And actually, British people, it's not culturally part of the culture to take your shoes off. However, I'm British, but my grandparents are from the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, it's etiquette to take your shoes off before you come in the house. If I walked into my parents' house with muddy shoes and walked into the house, they would kill me. They would kill. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. You know? But it's not a European thing to keep your shoes on when you go into the house, because Swedish people... I also have a Swedish channel. If you find it on YouTube, I have one with 40,000 subscribers, by the way. Not to brag, but I love my channels. Swedish people take their shoes off before they go in their house. So it's actually a cultural thing, country by country. So yeah, I'm with the girls in this video. Take your shoes off. It's just polite. Right, okay. If it's your own house... do what you want. That's your house. But if you go into other people's houses, I hope you take your shoes off before you go in. Or you at least ask, do I need to take my shoes off? Because sometimes they'll say, oh no, it's fine, come in. And then it's fine. But always ask, because for me, that's a little bit rude. But anyways, let's continue.
Because in Canada, it's like you walk in, the first thing you do is, where do I put my shoes? And you ask them, where do I leave my shoes? And they're like, oh, just put them there. And then you take your shoes off, and that's it. But here, you just walk through the whole house, everywhere with your shoes on.
No.
Even if you just come from like a muddy forest and they have like white floors,
and you're just like, no,
you're walking around in your muddy shoes.
I don't get that.
Every time I go to the restroom and there's a Dutch girl in the stall next to me, sometimes they walk out without washing their hands. Even if you don't use soap, just rinse them.
I've noticed that
Is that a thing? I feel like that. Nah, I feel like that is a what's the word I'm looking for, guys? A sweeping statement, if you know what that means. I don't think every single Dutch girl doesn't wash their hands before they leave the toilet. Come on. Just because you saw one or two do it doesn't mean they all don't do it. Doesn't mean you all don't do it. We're not going to typecast everyone like that. Yeah, I don't believe that. You wash your hands, right? Let me know in the comment section if you wash your hands when you go to the toilet. I hope you do.
We used to put the toilet just after the enter door. When you enter, you have the toilet right there. But we used to put it at the end of the house. Because, you know, it's not nice to enter and see the toilet.
Oh.
Well, in the Netherlands, you don't have...
She's saying you guys have toilets at the front of your house. Is that what she's saying? Okay.
the bidet. They need to use the toilet paper every time that they go to the toilet, and they don't even use water to clean themselves after that. And when you...
Guys, I'm going to rewind what he just said because I was with you guys, everyone else, yeah. We go to the toilet. We don't have bidets. This is very a Western European, Northern European thing. We don't have bidets. We don't. We have a toilet. You have your tissue, whatever. You do your business. Good. All good, right? I moved to, I don't know if I told you guys, I lived in Thailand for 2 years. Moved back last year. And I was there for 2 years. And they always have, if they don't have a bidet, like a separate place to wash your bum, they have what I like to call a bum gun. It's a bum gun. Because it's like a hose pipe, basically. You spray the area and get it clean. And I used to be grossed out. When I first moved there, I was like, ugh, I don't want to use that. That's weird. I don't want water spraying my bum. That's disgusting. I was like, oh, I don't like the feel of it. I don't want to do it. And then I started doing it because, I mean, some places you go to, some malls and places that you'd go to, and if you needed a toilet, they wouldn't have any toilet tissue and they'd only have a bum gun. So it'd be like, oh, I have to use it. And I had one in my house, in my flat. So I started using it. Guys, it's revolutionized everything. It makes so much sense. When I moved back to the UK, I said, why am I wiping my bum with tissue? Honestly, it's crazy when you think about it. Think about it like this. Okay, think about it like this. When you get dirt on your hands, do you go and get some tissue, dry tissue? Would you go and get dry tissue and wipe your hands and put it in the bin and be like, my hands are clean? Of course you wouldn't. What would you do? You would go to the water, put some soap maybe on it and wash your hands clean, because that's how you get the muck and dirt off your hands. If you accidentally, I don't know, got poo on your hands, I don't know, from your dog or something, what are you going to do? Are you going to get some tissue, some dry tissue, and rub it off your hands and put it in the bin? No, you're going to get some water and wash your hands. Why guys, honestly, why in Europe do we do this? Why do we wipe our bums with dry paper and expect to be clean? Honestly, when I went to Thailand, it changed my whole mentality. I'm like, oh my God, we are pretty dirty. We're dirty in Europe. Man, we should have, every house should have a bidet. Every house should have something to spray and clean that area. Honestly, think about it. Why? Why do we wipe with dry paper? Anyways, let's continue. I'm sorry. I'm just very I'm with him when he said that.
Put it at the end of the house.
I'm with
because,
him.
you know, it's not
Honestly.
nice to enter and see the toilet.
Well, in the Netherlands, you don't have the bidet. They need to use the toilet paper every time that they go to the toilet, and they don't even use water to clean themselves after that. And when you
know
ask
what I
them,
mean?
like, why do you do that? They said,
Oh.
like, okay, we just have a shower every day. But still, you know, you would use the toilet 4 times without using it every day. And for me, that's disgusting.
And the only thing that I really don't like and I don't understand is like, why do you need to have a sink in your room? Because this is the moist bringer, and when it drips, it's like in a jail. So the drop by.
Sorry, you have a sink in your room. Is she talking about the bedrooms? You have like sinks in your bedrooms. I've seen that in old UK properties, very old UK properties. They do have sinks inside the bedrooms, but in the newer properties, that's not the case. So maybe she's talking about an older building.
Drop.
One thing I've heard that I'm pretty sure it's Dutch is having the calendar in your toilet. Dutch? Yeah. Yeah, see, I grew up with that, so I thought that was normal.
really
But now looking back on it, it's a bit of a weird thing.
Yeah.
What did he say? A counter? What did he say? A what in his toilet?
That I'm pretty sure it's Dutch is having the calendar in your toilet.
Counter? I don't know what he's saying.
Dutch? Yeah. Yeah, see, I grew up with that, so I thought that was normal.
really
But now looking back on it, it's a bit of a weird thing.
Yeah.
They hear like when you're having dinner with Dutch people and they have to go to the toilet, they just say, I'm going to the WC. Whereas in Italy, you would say like, excuse me for a minute. And then of course no one is going to ask you, what are you going to do? Because you're just going to tell him, hey, I'm going to the toilet.
Oh, so they don't say I'm going to the toilet because it's a bit vulgar to say that. Why not? Just say you're going to the toilet. I'd say I'm with you guys, my Dutch people. I would say, oh, I'm just going to go to the toilet. I'm telling people where I'm going, so they know where I'm at. You know, I'm with you. There's no shame about going. Everyone has to go to the loo. You know.
But here they say, I'm going to the WC. And they actually, they say like, I'm going there to do this. Yeah, like
my dad does that.
Yeah. They have to drop the kids off the pool. Shit, sorry. 1 minute, I'll be back.
Yeah, mate. So just say it. There's no shame in the game. I'm with you on that. Why be shameful? Everyone has to have. Everyone needs to go and do their business. You know.
Dutch people, they go, I have to poop, okay. Something like that, yeah.
Like if you
do you guys say it seriously? If you say it as a joke, it's funny. I don't know if you're serious. It's like, I got to go to the poo. Yeah, that's a bit weird.
You said a lot of the things that the Dutch say.
Yeah.
If you said that in Ireland, you would.
Oh yeah, tell me, because she's from Ireland, and Ireland and England, we have a lot of similarities. We're very different. I went to Ireland, weirdly enough. I went to Ireland for the first time, a couple of days ago. Sorry, last weekend. It was amazing. I had such a good time. Anyways, let's continue. Sorry, you don't want to know about my personal life, but I had a good time in Ireland. Went to Dublin. It's amazing. And I went to Galway. Amazing. Anyways, let's continue.
You would have
People would rate their
problems.
eyebrows, yeah.
I think more than their eyebrows.
Oh ja, boodschappen, is toch?
Grote boodschappen.
Ja, grote boodschappen. I think it's a little bit strange because then you put like buy stuffs and just put big in together in one word, then you're going to the toilet, do it your business.
And like the stalls are different. Like here, the stalls are literally like a stall, like for horses. Like and
So
like
bad.
they have like really big gaps underneath.
like this much
so, like you can
underneath.
see like your full like shoe, like your full like leg practically.
Yeah, and
Wait, what? So your stalls in the Netherlands, you can literally see underneath. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a bit weird. Maybe you just don't like hiding things. It's like, well, at least you know someone's in the stall. I get that, but that much? I have to see this when I go to the Netherlands. I have to go to a public toilet and see that situation. Obviously, I'm not going to be looking at people's... I don't do that. But I find it's interesting.
in between the door, there's like a crack
Yeah.
this wide. So if you're walking, you can make eye contact with someone while they're peeing, and
It's
it's
so disgusting.
It's so uncomfortable.
Because here it's almost like a group activity. Everyone just goes in together, pisses together, and then comes out together. And I have never understood why they do that. But
There are the
What? What's he talking about?
because here it's almost like a group activity. Everyone just goes in together, pisses together, and then comes out together. And I have never understood why they do that. But
So going to the toilet is like a group activity. Is this true? So say you're out with your friends, right? Do you all just go to the toilet at the same time and it's like a thing that you do? I don't see anything wrong with that. I think a group of lads do that quite a lot, and they talk to each other when they're having a piss. Like, that happens a lot. But is that a thing in the Netherlands? Let me know in the comment section.
There are these toilets in the street, and there was one guy. He was using the toilet, but the other one was in the other side, and he was doing the same. And it was, oh my God, just wait.
On festivals,
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. I was trying to figure out what he meant. He said one guy was using because you have those outside loos, portaloo thingies where you can pee outside, and there's more than one of the urinals. And one of the guys went and peed, and then his friend came and peed at the same time. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Okay, culturally, some countries are a bit different, right? Maybe in his country you don't do that, but what's wrong with going to the toilet at the same time?
And he was doing the same. And it was, oh my God, just wait.
On festivals, we also get this, like, you know, this get like, it looks like a star, and it's like just this tall, and it's in the middle of the festival, and the man just go there and pee, and you can even get an eye contact with the guy who's standing in front of you.
Dutch people like to put their bag on the ground, put their bags at random on the street when they are talking.
We don't put it back in the or backpack or anything.
How? Bag on the ground. Okay, I'm a bit with that because I do, depending on which bag I have. If there's a rucksack that I normally use to go out and travel with, yeah, I'll put it on the floor. I'm more likely to put it on the floor. I'll tell you this. I'll put my rucksack on the floor in the countryside. Yeah, I'm not bothered about that. It's the countryside. It's kind of clean. But in a city centre, you know, busy city, oh no, I won't put my backpack on the floor. So I'm kind of, does that make sense? So if I'm going like hiking, or I'm going into the country, into a field or something like that, I'll put my backpack on the floor. I don't mind. That's it's fresh, it's clean. You could probably lick the floor and you'll be fine. But in a city centre, in a city, busy city with lots of people, absolutely not. So I'm kind of two ways with that. Let me know in the comment section if you put your bag or your backpack on the floor. They're saying that Dutch people do, so let me know.
I don't know how they call this, but
the Dutch word is in je neus peuteren.
Okay, in your nose peuteren. Okay, they do this.
I see a couple, and they were almost having sex in the street. I think they were drunk, but they were almost having sex in a public place.
I'm trying to think.
Oh my God, Dutch people, you lot are raunchy. Damn. What do you mean? He was like, he's seen a couple and they were almost having sex on the street. So PDAs, public displays of affection, you guys are really big on that, clearly. Almost having sex on the street, that's a lot. Are you very randy people? Are you very horny people? I feel like, I don't know. I've never heard that about Dutch people. What am I talking about? Yes, I have. In the sense of your liberal way with sex trade and brothels and etc, etc, etc. Maybe you are very liberal when it comes to sex. That would make sense. Interesting. I have to experience this for myself. Obviously, I'm married. I don't mean like that. Married. Don't mean like that, but I mean like experience the culture and see for myself. And I'll let you guys know. Probably next year sometime I'll come and visit.
Foods that are like food habits that are gross.
Yeah, me
I
too.
feel like there's probably
I feel like
some
I always
there.
like put like food with grossness.
They'll have, for instance, steak or like, I don't know, at breakfast an uitsmijten, and they'll cut it all up into pieces, and then they'll eat piece. You know, you're kind of a child because children have all of the pieces cut up by their parents and then they eat them. So I see it and I think that looks kind of strange to me.
Is that what you guys do? Do you cut up all your food before you eat it? That is a bit weird. I can't lie. That is like a child. Only just culturally in my head, I think when you cut up people's food, there's only one or two things. Either you're a child that needs your food cut because you don't know how to cut it yourself, or you're an elderly person. No, three things. Elderly person that needs their food cutting up because you can't cut it yourself. Or you have a disability that, you know, you can't cut your own food. Just those three things. But if you're doing that for yourself, that is a little bit strange. Let me know if that's what you do. But it's cultural. I say strange, you say cultural. It's normal. There's probably a whole list of things that British people do that Dutch people would find a bit strange. So there you go.
Sinterklaas, when Sinterklaas come, they're just throwing these small, not candies, but these cookies, small cookies for the kids, and the kids start to eat it from the ground.
Yeah, I mean...
What?
Mayonnaise.
Whoa.
So I see it and I think that looks kind of strange to me.
At Sinterklaas, when Sinterklaas come, they're just throwing these small, not candies, but these cookies, small cookies for the kids, and the kids start to eat it from the ground.
Yeah, I mean...
Mayonnaise.
What is this? You see, I don't know if it's a festival or what he said there, because the way this guy's edited all this is very, very quick and he's not explaining what everything is. But anyways, some sort of, I don't know, festival or event or something, they throw cookies at children on the ground outside maybe, or just on the ground, and the kids pick it from the ground and eat it. I feel like you guys you're not very, you're not scared of germs. This is what I'm getting a lot of from this. You're not scared of germs. Like people say and throw cookies on the ground and you wipe your bum with paper, and I get a lot of like, this is like hygiene stuff. Whereas maybe other countries are a bit more scared of like certain hygiene stuff. They're basically saying you're dirty. They're saying you're dirty bitches. No, I'm joking. They're saying that you're not afraid of a little bit of germs. Let me know in the comment section if that's true. Let me know.
I really, really don't like mayonnaise, and you guys put it on everything and you sneak it in the menu. What's with the poke bowl and mayonnaise on the rice? Like, that's just gross. Like, mayonnaise on rice is gross.
I don't agree. I love mayonnaise on rice. Mayonnaise on rice is fire. It's just, I'm with you. I love a bit of mayonnaise on the rice. Maybe not mixed in. I like my stuff kind of separate, but I like a little bit of mayonnaise. Like a bowl. I love a rice bowl. Like a rice bowl with like chicken and like sweet corn and like salad and then a bit of mayonnaise. Ooh, bit of mayonnaise. I'm with you. I like mayonnaise, so I would enjoy this. But what does your mayonnaise taste like though? Because I think that's important. Your mayonnaise needs to taste like real mayonnaise. I don't like sweet mayonnaise. I like mayonnaise that is very simple ingredients like egg, vinegar. What else is in mayonnaise? I don't know how to make mayonnaise, but they're very simple. I don't like it too sugary. So let me know what sort of mayonnaise you use. We call sweet mayonnaise that tastes very sweet. We call that salad cream. Salad cream is basically mayonnaise with lots of sugar in it. I don't like that.
It wasn't on the menu that it had mayonnaise in the sauce, but it's there and I don't like mayonnaise. And so that is the worst part of the Netherlands for me.
Right. Because you all like mayonnaise. So mayonnaise is like butter to you guys. You put it on everything. That was interesting to say the least. The ones that I'm more like fascinated by is like that guy said he saw two people having sex in the middle of like almost in his words having sex like in public. Wow. What else? You're very liberal with like dirt in things. I think you guys are quite messy. Are you a bit dirty? Are you dirty? I'm joking. Are you a bit messy? I don't know. Like this the whole theme of things that it seems like dirt is involved. Are you quite outdoorsy people? I think you're just very outdoorsy people and you're used to being out in nature and getting a little bit dirty and not kind of worrying about that. I think that's what it is. Maybe it stems from that. Let me know in the comment section below. Guys, thank you very much for watching. This was very entertaining and fun. I enjoyed this video. And until the next one, I'll see you very soon.